Hey everyone, and welcome. My name is Eric, and sit back and relax. And today we're going to talk about comics. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Standoff. Welcome to Pleasant Hill, the intro prelude issue to the Avengers Standoff event going on in the various Avengers books starting March 2nd. When this event was first announced, I know one of the big things I remember just seeing online was that people were talking about, okay, the Avengers are going to be investigating this small little town. What could this possibly be? I mean, this sounds like a really weird, eerie kind of a storyline, and especially with, I think at the same time they were talking about Civil War II coming out, or there were inklings of Civil War II coming out. So what could this little small town possibly what's the significance of it? And at the time we knew it was going to mainly involve the various Captain America characters, Steve Rogers, Sam Wilson, even. But then this issue gave us our first real look into, okay, this is what's going on in the story. And fair warning, there are going to be some spoilers in this review of the issue. So turn back now if you haven't read the issue yet. So basically the issue starts out with Bucky, the Winter Soldier, going in. He's back on Earth. He is investigating a shield base, trying to get information on some research going on cosmic cubes. That if you have been reading Sam Wilson, Captain America, you know that Maria Hill has been denying that the shield or anybody has been working with cosmic cubes and doing any kind of research on them. And you know, there's rumors in that book that there is a program going on that would allow Shield to make little changes to reality to, you know, make the world a better place. Which Sam Wilson airing his opinions on this gets him into a lot of trouble. If you want a little bit more, I guess, on what's going on in Standoff, I would go back and read the first few issues of the new Sam Wilson Captain America series. I've been enjoying that series myself. But getting back to Standoff, Bucky gets caught while he's infiltrating the Shield base, gets attacked by some Shield agents with some weird guns, and fades to black. That's the first five or so pages. We come back to a man who wakes up outside of Pleasant Hill, found by the sheriff of the town, brought into a hospital, doctor's office, being observed, and this man knows something is wrong, and is not getting the answers he wants and tries to leave. At one point he hears the doctor talking about him as though he is some kind of an experiment, and he tries to run off. He is met by other townsfolk and detained. The way that Pleasant Hill so far has been written, with everybody in the town kind of showing this, like, almost like the Truman Show, peaceful Mayberry-like town, but in that movie it's one guy is the only one who doesn't know that everything is fake. And the movie's about him starting to realize that maybe everything's not the way it is. This book, at the beginning, going through it, gives me that same feeling of, here's a guy that knows something's kind of wrong with the town, and the people around the town are trying to keep him from finding out what's really going on in the town. Throughout most of the book, you see all these different escape attempts that he's made before he finally quote unquote acclimates to town life. Throughout the story, we find out this man's name is Jim, or as he's going by, he still doesn't have his memories as he's talking to Dr. Bruce, which, forgive me for not following stuff, but the way the character's written, it almost seems like it's either a nod to or actually is Bruce Banner, the way there's a line in there that they make it think that you know, like the whole you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, that kind of line in the book, alluding to that. But like I said, they give the man the name Jim, which due to that, and let me know in the comments if you thought the same thing reading through the book, if you have read through the book yet. But I felt that the that character based on the opening scenes was an amnesiac Bucky. That's kind of where I was coming from, thinking, okay, this is Bucky somehow thrown in there. Even throughout the book, there's panels that show either images of Bucky or images of Winter Soldier. The way they're looking kind of makes you think, okay, he's getting flashes of his old life. We get to toward the end of the story, and or partway through the story, and Jim meets another man who kind of starts telling him the truth, wanting to show him the truth of what's going on in Pleasant Hill. And Jim's kind of skeptical about, okay, what's this? What could this truth be? Kind of thing. I'm happy here. I'm finally getting acclimated. And then Jim then meets up with Mayor Hill, who is actually Maria Hill of Shield, who threatens him pretty much about his meeting with this strange man that no one else knows in the town and everything. After the meeting with Maria Hill, Jim's like, okay, let me go take this guy on his offer because of finding out what's actually going on, what the truth is, because I'm not, I'm getting threatened by the mayor over here. This man had made a machine, apparently, that would help a person unlock who they really are. The man uses the machine on Jim and himself, and come to find out that Jim has not been, and again, spoilers, Jim was not Winter Soldier the whole time, but was actually Baron Zemo, and that the man who unlocked his memories was the Fixer, both characters of which have been Thunderbolts. Baron Zemo's been a long-time Captain America character. So you basically find out through this whole chain of events that Pleasant Hill is not some little creepy town in the middle of nowhere that has some like weird dark secret. That the whole town is actually a new type of supervillain prison. One of the things they show you is a training video that Maria Hill makes, where basically what Shield's been doing is using a machine, I believe, built from the Cosmic Cube to alter reality around a person, making them think they are someone else, to the point where, and this was really strange for me, like looking through the issue, but I found it funny. They put a supervillain in a chair, full costume on, full gear on that they had on, and hit him with this ray, and all of a sudden they become a different person. So when Baron Zemo gets hit by the ray, he's wearing his costume again. That just, I guess if you're gonna, it's not just a memory altering device, it is also a reality altering device around the person. So I just thought that was a weird choice with that. But I mean, I guess if one of the things we're going to be seeing in the storyline is all these villains awakening, then I guess they have to get their gear and their costumes somehow. So I guess that's how we're going to be doing it. I'm really curious to see how this storyline is going to unfold. Just going through news over the last few weeks and everything, some things we know that are coming out of this storyline. One is we are getting a brand new Thunderbolts series, utilizing a lot of the classic characters, but putting the Winter Soldier in that book as well. And you can tell that these characters, the Thunderbolts characters, who are usually anti-heroes, they're villains who run around as heroes and whatnot. Most likely a lot of them are in Pleasant Hill prison. So between that, the fact that the Winter Soldier is going through and he's unlocking all this information, investigating what's going on in Pleasant Hill and whatnot, that's most likely going to be the springboard for the new Thunderbolt series. It's probably going to be some kind of I would almost say they're going to go maybe like an anti-Shield task force. That's my prediction for what that book's going to entail. One of the other things that was announced is that we are getting a new Captain America series. Somehow during the course of this series, Steve Rogers will be getting the Super Soldier Serum or some variation of it back into his system, de-age him, get him back into the red, white, and blue, essentially. So there's going to be that, as well as Sam Wilson Captain America is going to be going on. And so far in that series, Sam Wilson's been kind of on the outs with the government. I'm personally a few issues into his series, but he is, as far as I know, currently not associated with SHIELD or any other government organization because of his political viewpoints. How much of this storyline is going to get, of what the events in the storyline are going to get into the open with the rest of the Marvel Universe. It'd be interesting to see how the public opinion of Sam Wilson is going to go out of the storyline. because most likely Shield's popularity or whatever it is at this point is going to drop. The Shield just cannot catch a break. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Sam Wilson comes from, how he fares in his own series at the conclusion of this, and leading into the Civil War. I'm actually not sure how much of this storyline is going to be affecting the Civil War, because I know we got a couple more books coming out this week as well. The new issue of Iron Man and whatnot that will be going with the banner of Road to Civil War. So I'm not sure how much of Standoff is going to be affecting Civil War. I imagine there's got to be something, especially if Shield hijinks are going to be exposed. That might be a catalyst as well for the Civil War. We really don't know what's happening there at all, but once we find out more information, I'm sure I'll to present it here. Overall, I think this issue did a good job accomplishing the task that it set out to do. It's a issue that basically setting up what this conflict is. It's going to be running through the various Avengers related books and Shield related books over the next 2 months. The writing dialogue, everything was decent. Spencer did a good job of conveying the story. I know it was most likely intentional, but I think for me the misdirection of, to me, what seemed like the misdirection of Winter Soldier not being who we were following the entire story. We get a glimpse of the Winter Soldier at the beginning, but then all of a sudden we got what turns out to be Baron Zemo going through. I'm not 100% sure that we needed to have that misdirection. I mean, you could almost ended the even if you didn't end the Bucky sections with him possibly getting captured, which we still don't even know going into the rest of the issue whether or not that even happened. We don't know if he escaped, whatever. But even if you didn't show the capture or even showed him escaping, and then we go into the Pleasant Hill part of it, I'm not sure the misdirection, or what I viewed as the misdirection, needed to be in there. Mark Bagley's art was, in my mind, terrific as always. He does a good job of conveying the story. This was a larger than normal one shot, so if you're going to have someone be able to put out a book in a timely fashion, you're going to grab Mark Bagley. I have no bad things to say about his artwork whatsoever. The entire creative team, I think, did a very good job. I'm right now intrigued. Like I said, I'm curious as to what's going to go on with everything involved with Pleasant Hill. I'm curious as to how the villains in Pleasant Hill are going to, what they're going to do when they all get their minds and whatnot unlocked. I'm curious as to how the heroes are going to react once they start finding out that things are not right in this town. What is the Marvel Universe's public opinion going to be once everyone knows that Shield has done this, if it gets out in the open or not? I don't know if we're gonna. I'm kind of wondering if in Agents of Shield and Howling Commandos of Shield, if they're going to be trying to contain this as much as possible, and not whatever. I'm very intrigued what the possibilities are for the current Marvel Universe and how it's going to resonate afterward. I'm wondering if Standoff is just pretty much going to be a precursor to Civil War. So what we have here is the prelude issue, Standoff, Welcome to Pleasant Hill, March 2nd, which is this coming Wednesday as of this recording. The first issue, Standoff Assault on Pleasant Hill Alpha, is coming out. As far as I know, that is the only Standoff related issue coming out this week, and I will try to get a review out probably a couple days afterward. And for reference, just in case you're wanting to collect, like me, if you're wanting to collect the entire Standoff series, starting in March, what we have is we've got the Avengers Standoff Assault on Pleasant Hill Alpha #1, which I already said is coming out this week. After that, the storyline is going to continue in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. #3, Uncanny Avengers #7, All New, All Different Avengers #7, New Avengers #8, Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. #6, and Captain America Sam Wilson #7. Those are the issues coming out in March. Then in April, we have Uncanny Avengers #8, All New Avengers #9, Illuminati #6, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. #4, All New, All Different Avengers 8, New Avengers 10, Captain America Sam Wilson #8, and then it all ends with Avengers Standoff, Assault on Pleasant Hill, Omega #1. So those are the official list of Standoff related issues that'll be coming out. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Did you, if you read the issue, did you enjoy the issue yourselves? Did you absolutely just hate it? What are your predictions on what's going to happen with the storyline and how things are going to transverse into all the other comic series going forward? Do you think that the Thunderbolts are going to be trying to shut down S.H.I.E.L.D.? Do you think that the government is going to be upset that S.H.I.E.L.D. let this get out of hand and shut them down? Are you looking forward to Steve Rogers coming back as Captain America? Alright, let me know in the comments, and make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, and we'll be bringing you some more reviews on comics and any kind of news updates that come our way. So until next time, see you later.